Merry Christmas everyone and welcome back to another Gunpla review, and today I'm going to be taking a look at... Hold on a minute, what's going on here? Is this the amazing red... Oh my god, it's Santa Claus! Seriously though, imagine instead of riding around in a sleigh delivering presents, Santa Claus flew around in a giant mechanical robot delivering death. This is Santa Claus's amazing Red Warrior. Can you believe that beard is just the end of a Q-tip? Because that's exactly what it is. Pow, 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 pow. But anyway, I love this kit right here. This is another throwback review and let's get right into it. Once again, this is an older kit. Like I said, it is a throwback video. It's been on my shelf for a few years now. Well, since it came out, it did come all the way from Japan, like a lot of my older master grades did, so it could be missing some parts. I'm not sure if I have all the accessories or not, but let's just take a look at it anyway. And that's enough rambling about that. Let's get right into it. So anyway, there is Santa's Red Warrior out of the box, snapped together with just some panel lining I did right there. Besides that, I don't know what else I did with this kit because I did build it quite a few years ago. But as far as I can see, I did some basic cleaning up of the knobs, and that is it. So this kit is a little bit plain on the surface. That's something I always noticed about the amazing Red Warrior, but it really makes up for it in some other aspects. It has two shades of red on here, which is the lighter red and the darker red. We've got yellow and that very pure white that goes with the red, giving it that Santa vibe. And although this looks a little plain at first glance, this makes up later on with some crazy articulation and one ridiculous set of accessories. This kit really packs in a lot. So I guess I should get that beard out of there for a minute so you can see its actual face. And the amazing Red Warrior to me always has had such an odd Gundam head. I'm not sure if it's the fact that it's missing any kind of lines or gaps in the muzzle section, or if it's the fact that it just looks like it's got a really short chin. Either way, it is cool. The eyes catch the light perfectly. The Vulcans are coming through from the under layer, so they are color separated. The fact that this thing rocks a tiny shield makes me laugh a lot. I mean, seriously, it's a tiny shield. And as far as I know, this whole kit here is based on an older variant of the Master Grade RX-78-2. I'm not necessarily sure which one. I remember when I read the runners back when I built this, I was kind of surprised by that. But that makes it a very unique kit. And it's even rocking those old school style posable fingers. These are great. I actually prefer these ones to the small perfect grade style ones, which are very rubbery, hard to clean up, inclined to fall apart. These are extremely robust. So moving straight into that full 360-degree spin, and there is the amazing Red Warrior from every angle, so you can see absolutely every inch of this kit, so you can decide on whether you like it or not. Once again, the colors on this are great. It's extremely unique when it comes to RX-78 style designs, and this is still even missing probably its biggest selling point, which is its crazy set of weaponry, which we'll look at soon. All in all, I do love this Gundam. It's one of my all-time favorites, and it's held up so well, and that's one of the things I like about it. This is a solid kit that is not going to fall apart on you. As for a quick size comparison, there it is side by side with the RX-78-2. This is the version 3.0, so this is a little bit longer and a little bit more sleek looking in comparison. So now moving on to the accessories, and here is the amazing Red Warrior with absolutely everything that it comes with, and this is one of my all-time favorite master grade accessory sets right here. So basically, just to break this down, what we've got is over here on the left, an arm with a weapon attached, and over here on the right, another arm with the weapon attached. And everything else in here can attach in different ways, so this is kind of like a bunch of somewhat modular parts. As well as that, we've got a bunch of little adapters in here. Some are for attaching weapons together, some are for attaching weapons to the mobile suit, and then there's some more for attaching weapons to more weapons. And finally then we've got some beam saber blades for one of the best kind of beam sabers around, and that is one mounted in the forearm. Let's check them all out. So just like we already saw, the hands on the amazing Red Warrior right here are those old school posable hands. These are pretty good for posing, but if I remember correctly, they can be a bit of a pain in the butt when it comes to holding onto stuff. But I've just realized that in the palm of this hand I can see the tab, whereas on the palm of this hand it seems like it could be missing. Oh no. I'm sure we'll be fine. As for the onboard weapons, we've got a pair of magnums up there. Magnums? I mean Vulcans up there in the forehead. We also have some 3-tube missile launchers inside of its chest. So to get into them, we need to open up the bottom like so on both sides, then lift up the top segment on both sides. And there we go. The red warrior is rocking some titty missiles, TM. And if that wasn't enough, it's got some crotch rockets too. So all you have to do is drop down the armor here, and there are the other 3-tube missile launchers. So the amazing red warrior doesn't just have Vulcans in its forehead, we also have Vulcans here in the bottom of the shield, which is pretty cool. So this particular mobile suit is rocking quite a few weapons, even when its weapons are not yet equipped. Lastly then, when it comes to the onboard weapons, mounted in the wrist of the right arm is a beam saber. This is my favorite style of beam saber because it makes so much more sense. Why not mount them where they're instantly accessible and don't waste up a limb? By limb I mean grabby hand. You're not wasting a grabby hand. And this can be deployed at any point. In all honesty, you could just have a beam saber in there that charges in the standard way a beam saber charges, and it's still a whole better idea. Instantly deployable. But anyway, I digress. We've got long beams like that one there. These are flat Age style or 00 style, and we also have short ones in here too for some quick stabby action. So like I mentioned, this is a mobile suit with a lot on board already, and things are about to get crazier. So we've got a pair of arms which can attach weapons onto the backpack. There is one side. I'm gonna set him up like he was in the anime first off by grabbing this blade, this gun, attaching it together bayonet style, and then just popping this onto the left hand side. So in a way quite similar to Buster Gundam, which we took a look at only a couple of days ago. This has some readily usable weapons attached via movable arms on the back, and these, whoa, are actually incredibly strong. As far as I can see, these arms have 6, 7, maybe 8 points of articulation, so you're gonna get whatever pose you want out of this. For example, with this bazooka, you can swing it forward, pop up the handle, extend the barrel. Once you get into the hand then, and this is an ironclad hold by the way, these old hands are quite good, this looks fantastic. So this ease of access style weapons on a super overly equipped Gundam is such a cool idea. I love this. And of course, if you do not like it this way, this can be detached and be essentially a standard Gundam style bazooka. So on to the other side now. What we've got is this right here, and we've essentially got a handgun with a blade attached, which is known as a gun blade. I guess Final Fantasy VIII style. So while it is attached onto the side there, I guess it's just fired off as it is from right here. The blade here can detach and be used as a handheld weapon. And we've 2 lengths of this length here and this length here, so short and long. Just like on the other side, the handgun can be removed. And there's a quick example of the Master Grade Amazing Red Warrior with the long gun blade attached, as well as the short blade being held as a kind of sword. Definitely awesome. And that gun blade is kick-ass. It's also worth noting that you can rotate this little segment here in order to hide that peg hole. Pretty cool. And if that wasn't cool enough, you can also just flip the sword, or should I say gun blade, up like this for an even longer sword. That is pretty cool. A little bit wiggly, but still pretty cool. So if you do want to use this section back here for attaching one of the other weapons, we still have a storage option for the handgun down here. One more time, we need to get to that peg section, then by using this little adapter right here, jamming it in that hole, now we've got an attachment point. Just drop this here skirting segment a bit like this, and that is totally the wrong adapter. Hold on while I take that out, attach in that one, and then you can attach that handgun onto the hip like this. It does stand out a little bit, but that's still pretty awesome. So just like the handgun has that peg in the side for attaching it to the backpack, so does this beam rifle and this Gatling. And it's now that I'm realizing I am missing one smaller beam rifle from this kit, which can attach onto that end of the Gatling right there, which this can as well, like this. So there is one thing missing from here that is also included in the box. So basically, if anything in this kit has this particular hole, you can attach it onto the arms on the backpack, then swing it down and use it under the arm. That of course went for the handgun. It also goes for the Gatling. And it also goes for the smaller beam rifle, which I don't have right now. And if that wasn't enough options, we've also got different sensors for on top of these weapons. So we've got this one, which is long and flat, and we've got this one then, which is cylindrical. So I guess finally I'm just gonna pop this segment off, attach it onto the bottom of this, attach that on here like so. At this point I've now realized the error of my ways and the fact that this attaches in like so, this adapter from earlier on, and that then attaches onto the handle of the handgun like this, so you can load it up with even more weapons and then knock them off like an idiot. Pop the other one in here. Can the blades be attached on there too? I don't see why not. Yes, they can. So you could attach both of those swords on either side, Exia style. That is pretty cool. And I almost forgot, we've also got these little segments here, which you can use to attach two of the swords together into a kind of massive glaive, either this way or this way, whatever way that you like. Pretty awesome. Anyway, once again, that is it for the review. I am cutting it a little bit short here and cutting out the articulation segment. But once again, I am going to put some test poses into the end segment of this video so you can see what it can pull off. And this is one of the most fun to pose master grades I have in my collection. It just is so solid, has great yet solid articulation, and it's just one of those kits that feels so good to pose. It never feels like it's going to fall apart, there aren't really any loose parts on it to fall off, and it just makes it such an enjoyable kit. Mixed with the fact that it's got a ton of accessories which are all modular, this kit to me is without a single doubt gold tier. How they took some older segments of an RX-78-2 kit and made it into this is phenomenal. And the fact that we haven't seen more build style master grades since these ones came out means there was so many missed and awesome opportunities. If you've never built this kit right here, I highly recommend it. It's one of those kits that's not to be missed. And also I'll mention right here that it has one of the coolest waist articulations on any master grade I have ever seen. Once again, if you do not have one of your own and you think it seems cool, I highly recommend grabbing one of your own. See you next time.